everybody. This is Becky Kier. I'm the Director of Training here at Service Dogs, Inc. And today I have Avery with me. And we're just doing a little training session here using targets and target sticks. So I thought that might be something that we could show you today in our Quaran-Train. If you're watching, please comment, like us, share, and if you want to, go ahead and make a donation as well. We'd love that. We focused a little bit last time on a service dog behavior, and so this time I want to show you a little bit about what our hearing dogs do. And one of the tools that we use with shaping hearing dog behaviors is targets. And they're really simple. You can make them at home because we've got duct tape here. Everybody's got duct tape. And we also have a target stick. So if you want to make your own target stick, ours is a fancy, dog training target stick. But you don't have to have that. You could have any kind of wooden dowel, any kind of stick that you could put we just made this out of more duct tape at the end. And what we do is we teach the dog to touch the end of the stick and eventually to be able to follow the end of the stick. And what that allows us to do is not have to lean over so much when we're training behaviors, be able to get our bodies out of the picture. It's really an easy, fun behavior for our dogs to learn. So Avery, she has been started on this, yes. She is just been with us for 3 weeks now. Yes. So all I'm doing right now is just yesing her for touching the end of the target. When you start with your dog, just start really close. Yes. And you can see that I'm saying yes right when her nose touches the stick. Yes. And then I'm also following that up with a treat. Okay. Yes. As she gets better, I'm just going to increase the distance that she's going. Yes. Very good, Avery. So then, different ways that I could use this, down. If I'm teaching Avery to come into a sit from a down, yes, that got her nose up. And it helped me not have to bend over to do that. Can also use it for direction. Did you get it? So yeah, that gets her right there on our platform. Good girl, Avery, very nice. I can move her over here. Yes. Yay. Yes, awesome. And that's just all done through targeting. So if you want to be able to move your dog different places, eventually you'll be able to just use the extension of your hand to do that as well. So for our hearing dogs, one of the really important things that they learn through targeting is the alert behavior. So if you're not familiar with hearing dogs, they alert people that are deaf or hard of hearing to sounds that they would otherwise miss. So maybe the smoke alarm, maybe a baby crying or a phone, somebody knocking at the door. There's all kinds of sounds that people might miss that a dog can obviously hear and take them to that sound. But the first thing they have to do is get the person's attention. And they're not going to do that through barking because their client won't hear them. So they have to touch them. And we teach our hearing dogs to touch us right here up on my thigh area. And she's going to learn to nose me really hard. Now, Avery's just learning this behavior. After we taught the target stick, what I do is I put the target here on my leg, and yes, I just overlay them. See if she'll offer again. Yes. So see, she was interested, where's the food at? And so I just waited her out, let her choose yes to offer this behavior. Obviously, eventually I'm going to need to get this target's yes tick out of the behavior. So this time I'm just going to flip it around here. Yes. And that's about where Avery is in learning this. She's just learning. Yes. Very good. And I'm just waiting on her to offer the behavior that I want. Yes. Very good, Avery. See if I can get that stick out a little bit. I'm looking right where I want her to look, and she might need that stick back for a little bit. Oops, that's fine. Good girl. Yes, awesome. So that's how we're teaching her to shape this behavior that eventually I'm going to say alert, and she's going to nudge me really hard right here on my leg, and then we'll introduce sounds. So we can show you that as in a couple weeks as we progress this behavior, and you'll be able to see how Avery's learned to go ahead and respond to sounds using this alert behavior. The tape will eventually come all the way off, and she'll just be nudging my leg.
that's one of the ways that we can use this targeting. Another thing that we do is when it's the smoke alarm, we don't want the dog to go to the sound, right? Because if there's really a fire, the dog could be leading us into the fire. So what we teach our dogs to do when the smoke alarm is going off is to spin. And I can also start that a little bit with my target stick. Yes. So get her back in the mode here of touching this target stick. And I can, yes. Just helping her learn to turn her body here and position my target stick in a way, that's right. Yes, that's gonna help her spin her body. She's backing up a little bit here. Here it is, yes. Having to be a little bit more creative with when I'm saying yes and getting her to kind of be better at following. You ready? Or maybe I'll try, yes, going that way. So that way it's easier for Avery to spin, so that might be something that we practice as well, but you can see how she's following that target stick, and that's letting me get that behavior of spinning that I want. So those are just two hearing dog behaviors that are important to teach our dogs, spin and also alert. And we'll go ahead and Jane's gonna show you a fun activity that you can do with your dog called the shell game.
Hi. So first I would like to introduce, this is Miss Gypsy May. She's one of our career change dogs, and she's very sweet, very clever girl, but she was just a little bit too timid for being a hearing dog. But she's, as I said, very smart, and she's gonna be very good, Miss Gypsy. Hi, good girl. Very good show demonstrator for this cup game here. So, as Becky was saying, this is called the shell game. Some people refer to it as the cup trick. Gypsy, hi. So what I like to do is I have these 3 plastic cups here. So I start out with just having 1 cup. And I take the cup, and depending on if your dog wants to interact with just the cup, which if they do is fine, but if they don't seem very interested in the cup, you can go ahead and put a treat inside of the cup. But what I do, Gypsy, hi, I put that down? Yes! So, and she squished it a little. But so what I'm doing is I'm reinforcing her for interacting with just the cup. And as I said, if she didn't want to, then I would go ahead and put a treat and let her see that I'm putting the treat just to make it more interesting. Gypsy. Hi. Okay, so she got a little distracted. I'm gonna go ahead and put a treat in there. Yes, good girl. So right now I'm not telling her anything specific. I'm not giving her any cues. I'm just looking for her to interact with this cup. Yes, good girl. Oh, is pushing it more fun than getting the treat? Yeah. Okay, and so you can also use like the different colored cups, like the solo cups, things like that. They're a little bit stronger. But this is also good if you don't have a dog that is super interested in the treat right away, then they can go ahead and see it through the cup as well. So once your dog starts understanding the concept behind getting the treat from just the 1 cup is when it's time to go ahead and introduce the other 2 cups. And because I had put this one very clearly right in front of her with the treat, I will do the same thing initially when I start it. So I'm gonna put this treat in. I'm gonna go ahead and put these into that, and then I'm gonna put this one. Yes! So I made it really easy by putting it right in front of her face. I'm even gonna give her a treat there again. Hi. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. Now. Okay. Where is it? Good job. And so, as they start picking up on this, and they've been successful enough times with you putting the treat in the same center cup, then the idea, Gypsy, is to go ahead and start mixing them up. Yay! And she got that one without actually flipping it, because she's very smart like that. But yeah, so that's the basic premise for the game. So hope you enjoy, and please feel free to send us videos, Gypsy, of you doing this with your dog as well.
Is Gypsy up for adoption?
Yes.
Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah. So she is available for adoption. She does have some applications already on her. But if you would like to fill out an application just in case, feel free to check her out. Her profile is under our website, servicedogs.org. We used to help.
Hi again, guys. We heard that the end of our last video got cut off a little bit. We were showing y'all some fun activities that you can do, just including bubbles. So I thought that we'd just show it again today here. And so I'm gonna ask Avery here. Hi, Miss Avery. Avery's one of our pups that she enjoys bubbles. It's a fun activity. Not all the dogs will be into it, but for the ones that are, they like to kind of jump and chase the bubbles. It's fun. You're not going to use a ton amount of bubbles, so you don't have to worry about it being too, toxic to your dog. You're not pouring it in their food bowl or anything. You're just doing really small amounts where we're going to, ready? Are you ready, Avery? What's this? Oh, that silly girl. So you see Avery just likes to chase and try to pop those bubbles. Avery, ready? Or not. Avery found something more fun than bubbles, apparently. Ready? There they are. Good. So that's just an easy, silly activity that you can do with your dogs and enjoy with dogs and children alike. So that was it for us today as far as our Quaran-Train. You can join us next Monday at 2 o'clock and we'll be going over some more fun behaviors. Again, feel free to like and follow and donate to our program so that we can train hearing dogs like Avery for Texans in Need.